Hey, what's up guys, I'm Styler, and in this video we are going to have a look at the Vernee Mars Pro, a budget China smartphone with 6GB RAM and a side fingerprint scanner, so let's get into it. The phone comes with all the standard accessories like a fast charger, USB Type-C cable, English quick start guide, and a small SIM tray pin. And here you see the specifications close up of the fast charger. It works super good and it's able to charge around 25% in 20 minutes. Nice to see is that Vernee also included a notification LED in the top of the phone. It will for example blink blue at missed calls and turn green when fully charged. The design is very slim and it looks pretty stylish. The back is made of metal and slightly curved near the edge, and has some plastic antenna lines in the top and bottom. The rear camera is on 13 megapixel and beside it there is a dual colored LED flash. In the bottom we find a single loudspeaker, USB Type-C and a microphone. On the right we have the power and volume buttons and also a special fingerprint scanner. In the top we find a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left we have a dual SIM tray that has support for 1 nano and 1 micro SIM or 1 nano and 1 micro SD card. The phone feels very comfortable in the hand because of the slim size, low weight and full metal body. Inside it has a good 3500 mAh built-in battery that gives 6 to 7 hours screen on time, which is more than enough for one whole day with normal usage and even 1.5 days with light usage. And here in comparison with the OnePlus 5 to the left, the Vernee still looks pretty good. Both have a full metal body, but the Vernee does attract fingerprints faster than the OnePlus 5. The size and finish on these two phones is very similar. Let me try to put them on top of each other, and here you see that the OnePlus 5 is a lot thinner than the Vernee, but that is mainly because the OnePlus 5 curves a lot more on the back, so it seems thinner. Seen from the bottom, the difference is suddenly not that big anymore. On the front it has 2.5D Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and the 5.5-inch display is in Full HD 1080p with a very thin side bezel, while the front camera is on 5 megapixel. The side fingerprint scanner is kind of special. Still, a similar setup has also been seen on some models from Sony, so the idea is not new. Basically the fingerprint sensor works good, but you really have to hit it correct, else it will not always work as intended. The location is very good as it is near your thumb, but the speed is not the best, sometimes there's a noticeable delay. And here with a finger that I have not learned, and then you need to unlock it with a personal pattern. The viewing angles of the display is nice and sharp, but the brightness is not the highest that I have seen. The speaker quality is what I would call average. It's a bit metallic, but voices are clear and loud, while it lacks bass and depth. In Antutu I got a score of 68,500, very normal for the Helio P25 chipset, and games like Asphalt 8 runs great with high settings without any lag. The camera lens on the back sticks out a bit, as you can see here. The camera app is designed very simple, and with a slider you can adjust the light very easily, while there is also some predefined color filters to choose from. In the settings we have scene mode, autofocus mode, anti-shake and raw, and you can of course change the picture size. Zero shutter delay, which unfortunately has an ugly bug, so when you change the setting the camera will actually freeze until you reboot the phone. Let's choose video, and here let's also go into the settings. Here we now find electronic image stabilization and video quality, where you can even choose 4K. In the top we find HDR mode, and here the front facing camera, which is okay for selfies but a little bit noisy in low light. But even here you can also zoom, which is not always the case. The camera can shoot some good average pictures. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's still acceptable for my needs. Colors and details can unfortunately sometimes look a bit washed out. Daylight is of course the best, but it is also able to shoot some okay pictures at night if there is a light source, but with less sharpness. One thing that is clearly bad is the shutter speed, which is not fast at all, and I suspect that it has something to do with the zero shutter delay bug. So now let's have a look at the software and features. In the UI you can hide the on-screen buttons. You can open the quick toggles and notification bar with one click. Scrolling feels smooth and fast. And the phone comes without any kind of bloat. And out of the box you will in fact only find the Google apps pre-installed. And the launcher does have some few extra options that you can see here. Let me test the highest and also lowest screen brightness. And it is nice to see that it can get really low and dark. In the settings you can change the order or add something to the on-screen buttons. It has motion gestures like flip to mute, pocket mode that will lock the phone when you have it in your pocket. Unfortunately, I experienced a bug where it constantly told that it was in pocket mode, even when there was nothing hiding the top of the phone, so I had to turn this option off. Status bar, where you can choose what stuff should be shown in the status bar. Display, where we find mirror vision, and pulse notification light that just can be enabled or disabled. Inside battery you have the option to change from normal to performance mode. And last, let's have a look inside about phone. Wireless updates are supported. We see the model number, version and build, and it is of course based on Android 7.0. So that's it. In the quick toggles you also find something called e-ink mode. This is of course not real e-ink, but it simulates a simple black and white e-ink mode. And in this mode the phone will use under half the power than normal. So if you are low on power, you can always activate this to get through the day with the most basic stuff. It has full support for USB on the go, also known as OTG. Inside band mode you here see the compatible bands. And important to mention is that it has support for LTE band 20. And a quick look inside the CPU set, where we see the hardware, system, battery, and most important the sensors, where we also find gyroscope and compass. The gyroscope works perfect with Google Cardboard. And the GPS is a mixed experience. It's relatively fast to get a lock. The signals are average, not the best I have seen, but stable with support for cloners, and the accuracy is down to about 3 meters. When you surf on the internet with the Chrome browser, it's very fast to load pictures. Scrolling is good and smooth, and zooming also works perfect. The YouTube app plays video smooth in 1080p at 60 frames per second. And now to some various test apps and the results. The phone weighs 161 grams, which is perfect for a 5.5-inch phone, and it is about 7.35 mm thin. So you may ask, is the Vernee Mars Pro worth to buy? If you already have the non-Pro Mars, then I would say it's not worth the upgrade, but if you like this model, then go for it. The price is very reasonable, taking into account that you get a phone with 6GB RAM, Full HD display, very good battery life, a special side fingerprint scanner, improved camera quality, and a nice slim metal design. Overall, the phone feels very well built, very fast in the UI, looks good, and does most things as expected. My complaints are the sound quality from the earpiece and the bottom speaker, which is not great. The fingerprint unlock is not the fastest, the screen brightness could be better, but still it is acceptable. And there are unfortunately also some nasty software bugs in the pocket mode setting and 0 shutter delay in the camera that I hope will be fixed in a future OTA update. Remember that this review is only based on a short time experience, so if I should find any more bugs after this review, then I'm going to add them below in the video description. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one.